and welcome to this short but sweaty power yoga sequence. Today's sequence is working on strengthening the legs, which is always a very effective way of getting your heart rate raised. There's nothing you particularly need in terms of props, there's no props that you require, just a willingness to work hard. When you're ready, jump on your mat and I will see you there. So we're going to start into a tabletop. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and your hips right on top of your knees. Moving through some cat and cow. As you breathe in, drop the ribs towards the mat, lift the chest, gaze forwards. And as you exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the tailbone as you hollow out the belly. Again, breathing in, feel like you're pulling the mat back towards you as you pull your chest forwards. Breathing out to hollow out the belly, pressing the spine to the sky, straight, strong arms. Inhale again, keep moving, sit bones to the sky. Breathing out, rounding, pushing and tucking the tailbone. One more, breathing in. And breathing out. Great, draw yourself back to neutral. Set your knees back just a little way. Tuck the toes behind you as you lift your hips to the sky into your down dog. Your thighs to press back to give you that lengthening, that stretching in the back of the thighs, and maybe just give yourself that little pedal out of the legs if you wish. Let your legs become still once you've had that little relief, that little wiggle into them. The heels are pushing down towards the floor, the sit bones are lifting up towards the sky, and we're thinking of lengthening out through the shoulders, so the crown of the head is pulling as far away from the mat as you can. Keep your head nice and loose and floppy between your upper arms. Stay strong by pressing down through the whole palm of the hand. Inflate into your lungs as you breathe in. Push the body weight back as you breathe out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Great. With your right leg, as you inhale, sending it to the sky. Think of a left hamstring stretch as you reach those toes tall. Exhale, draw the knee under the body. See if you can tap your knee to your nose before stepping the foot between the hands at the top of the mat. Drop the back knee to the floor. Keep your hands either side of your front foot and squish your belly and thigh together. Keep them connected the whole time. Take a deep breath in. Lift your chest forwards as if you're trying to pull up and away. And as you exhale, shift your hips back as your toes pull towards the sky. Chest is still lengthening forwards. Inhale, hips forwards and down. Chest tries to lift, but keep your fingertips rooted. Breathing out into your half split. Press the sit bones to the back of the mat. Inhale again, driving forwards. And exhale to push back, pausing this time with the toes in the sky, trying to find that long, straight spine as you stretch the back of that right leg. Inhale here as you hold. And then exhale, the hands walk off to the right side of the mat. The lower body stays the same. Don't allow your upper body to, your legs to turn to the side. So that means toes stay pointing to the ceiling. Don't allow them to roll out to the side. Breathing in, chest is lengthening off this right side of the mat. Breathing out, think of your thighs spiraling together. Get that feeling in this outer right leg. One more here, breathing in. And then breathing out, walk yourself back to the front of the mat. Step your left hand a little further forwards than your foot. Lift your back knee off of the mat and drop the back foot down. So you're coming into what looks like a side plank on that back foot. Sink the hips towards the mat. As you reach your arm to the back of the mat, think of this right knee moving as far away from your chest as you can. Big old hip opener. Roll the front foot onto the outer edge. Inhale. And then exhale, push your hips to the sky, reach the arm to the sky and really push down into the knife edge of this front foot. Hold here, breathing in. And then breathing out. Turn all the toes to face back forward. Step that foot to the back of the mat as the hips go back to the sky and into down dog. Inhale, left leg reaches tall. Toes point to the sky, keep the legs straight and strong. Exhale, knee to nose, curl the body, curl the spine to draw the knee under the body, and then place the foot between the hands. Drop that back knee down, keep the toes tucked under. Belly and thigh stay connected, breathing in, lengthen chest forwards. Breathing out, shifting back, toes lift up, chest stays lengthening to the top of the mat. Breathing in, into the lunge. And breathing out, shifting back, flex those toes strongly. One more, inhale, chest pulls forwards. Breathing out, toes to the sky. Give that heel a nice strong press down against the mat. Really sink it into the floor. Keep the body nice and long. Think of pulling your ribs away from your hips, breathing in. And then the hands walk off to the left side of the mat, twisting the chest to grow out towards that left side. Toes stay pointing up towards the ceiling. Thighs stay spiraling together. A deep breath in, holding here. And then coming back towards the top of the mat. Walk forwards. Let your right hand go further than your foot, so you've got more space between hand and foot. Lift the back knee. Drop the side of the foot down, so you're moving into what's a little bit like a side plank. Roll this front knee away from the body as you sink your pelvis towards the mat, and your left arm reaches back towards the back foot. This front knee is pushing as far away from your chest as you can. Hold here, breathing in. And then breathing out, push the hips to the sky, reach the left arm high, find strength in this front leg to push down. Inhale. On the exhale, all toes point forward, stepping the foot back and into downward facing dog. One nice deep breath in and a slow breath out. Great. From here, your right hand is going to reach towards your left ankle. Reach as far down the leg as you can, taking the inner side of the ankle or the heel perhaps. Send your gaze under that left armpit for your twisted dog and give that heel a nice pull so you can feel that stretch across your upper back. Breathe in as you hold. As you breathe out, place the hand back to the floor. Inhale, send that same left leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. On the exhale, draw it forwards. Knee this time is going to tap your left elbow. So keep your shoulder blades broad. See if you can take a little tap. Stay forwards. See if you can come to tap the right elbow. So you're twisting underneath the body. And then go all the way around onto your right hand into a right-handed side plank. See if the foot can balance onto the inner thigh into your tree shape. Push the hips tall. Keep the chest rolling open towards the sky. Inhale. On the exhale, left hand comes down, left knee comes to the mat. Float your right leg away from the floor and then take your right hand. See if you can find that foot behind your back as you kick the foot away from you, pushing your hips and your chest in the opposite direction into your partridge pose. A little bit more wobbly, a little bit more of a balanced pose than perhaps you're expecting. Breathe into your belly and expand the front line of the body. And then as you breathe out, hands and knees come back to the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips to the sky as you come back into down dog. A nice deep breath in and a slow breath out. This time the left hand is going to reach for the right ankle. That inner side of the leg, pull against it as you look under your right armpit. Think of your left shoulder dropping down towards the mat. Breathing in. And then breathing out, place the hand back into down dog. And right leg, inhale to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee comes to right elbow. See if you can give it a tap or just get as close as you can. Bring it straight across to the left elbow. Again, see if you can tap harder that side. And then go all the way around into a left-handed side plank. Foot to the inner thigh, right arm to the sky, into your tree-shaped side plank. Push the hips tall, hold the belly firm. Breathing in and then breathing out. Hand comes to the mat, right knee comes to the mat. Lift your left leg, turn your hips to the side, let that left hand come to see if it can find the foot behind your back. If and when it does, kick the foot away from you as you push your chest and hips forwards, thinking of making a nice C shape with the front line of the body. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, releasing, hands and knees to come back to the mat, toes to tuck under behind you, hips to the sky and into down dog. 2 breaths, breathing in, breathing out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Great, the gaze is going to go forwards to the top of the mat. We're going to jump our feet and we're going to land them wide with the toes pointing out. Keep your hips relatively high, so load the springs of the leg, bend the knees. Hips go high, feet land wide, pointing outwards. Keep your hips roughly in line with your knees into an active squat. So the knees are driving wide, the hands to come together in front of your chest, thinking of sending the weight into the little toe edge of your foot. So legs are definitely working hard for this one. And we're going to challenge them a little further as we try to move into some balances. So breathe in, hold here. As you breathe out, you're going to come to stand onto your left leg. Draw your right knee up towards your chest. Hold it with the left hand. See if the right arm can reach to the back of the mat. And maybe take your gaze with it. Become more comfortable as we move from one side to the next. Inhale, drop the foot, active squat, hips back, chest up. Exhale, right leg is your standing leg. Draw left knee to chest, left arm reaches back, turn your chest to the left side of the mat. Good, again, breathing in, drop the foot, drop the hips, chest stays lifted. Breathing out, draw the right knee up, hold it with the left arm, and the right arm reaches back. One more on the other side, breathing in, down into your squat. Breathing out, knee to chest, arm goes back. I'm pretty impressed with myself for not falling as we did that. Draw that foot back to the floor, hips go down, chest stays lifted, and then allow your hips to drop a little further. If you heard my knees crack there, apologies. Keep your chest nice and tall, let your elbows drive those thighs a little wider. Breathing in and breathing out. Great, rise yourself back into that active squat. We're going to move on from here. So in the same way, come to stand onto your left leg. Right knee draws to the chest, left hand holds the leg, reach that right arm back. From here, cross the thigh over the other thigh. So you're coming into eagle. You can tuck the toes for a double bind. The left arm then comes on top of the right arm, either backs of the hands to meet or double wrap to let the palms meet. Sink your hips low, squeeze your thighs together and reach your fingertips to the sky. Breathe in. And then breathing out, leave your arms tangled, untangle your legs, step your right foot to the back of the mat into a long lunge, lift those fingertips to the sky, keep driving your hips forwards and down. Press away through your back heel, take another deep breath in. And then breathing out, release your arms, stay into your lunge, interlace your hands behind your back. Take a deep breath in, puff the chest to the sky, pull the fists down towards the mat. And then as you exhale, think of your left shoulder coming towards your left knee. It's almost as if you're coming to the inside of the thigh as you look towards your back foot and lift that fist away from your body. Keep growing longer out the crown of your head as you breathe in. And breathing out. Good, one more. I'm sure your left leg can feel it as much as mine. And then exhale, release your hands, right hand comes down onto the mat. Use a deep breath in for the left arm to go to the sky into a twist. And again, try and straighten out the back leg as you push away through that back heel. Inhale. On the exhale, drop your back knee to the floor and untuck the back toes. You're going to let the front knee flop away from the body or push it away from the body. Roll onto the outer edge of your foot. Left arm is reaching up and over to go and find that foot behind you. Give it a little pull in towards your bum to stretch into that right quad. Keep the chest turning towards the left side, breathing in. Sinking the hips low, breathing out. One more, breathe in. And then release the foot, breathing out, 2 hands onto the mat. You can leave this front foot pointing out slightly. Step the back foot in to mirror it as you come back into your little yogi squat. Elbows drive the thighs wider, chest stays nice and tall. Ready for the second side. From here, lift halfway out of that squat into your active squat. Thighs push away from each other, weight is toward the little toe edges of your feet. So this time coming to stand onto the right leg, standing tall, draw your left knee towards your chest, hold it with your right hand, left arm reaches to the back of the mat. Maybe the gaze goes there too if you've got it. From there, the thighs wrap together into eagle. You can go for the double wrap if you like, this time right arm on top of left. Either the single or the double bind, and once you've got it, think of the knees drawing towards your midline, your fingertips reaching to the sky, and doing your best to maintain your balance. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, just the legs are the ones that unravel. Step the left foot a long way to the back of the mat. Challenge your distance. Keep your hips sinking forwards and down. Lift your fingertips to the sky into this high lunge. Squeeze your left glutes, press the back heel away from you. And then releasing your arms and interlacing them into a fist behind your back. With a breath in, draw the fist down towards the floor, the chest lifts towards the sky. Keep this lunge in the legs. Exhale, right shoulder towards right knee. Bow the body towards the inner of the thigh. Keep on just the ball of the back foot to really challenge the balance here. Challenge the strength in this front leg. Let your chin fall towards your chest as you look backwards. Nice deep breath in. Stay with it, guys. And breathing out, left hand down to the floor. Use your inhale for the right arm to turn to the sky into your twist. Think of your whole chest turning open to face those top fingertips. Expand into your torso, breathing in. And then breathing out, drop the back knee down. Turn the front foot out a little bit. Let the knee fall away from you as the right hand then comes to find the foot behind your back, sinking the left side of the pelvis towards the floor as the body gives a little twist out towards that right side. Inhale. Exhale. Again, breathing in. And breathing out. Great. Releasing the foot, let your hands come to the mat in front of you. Just step back a little bit away from the front of the mat and then let your foot step in into your malasana, just so we've got some space onto the mat to work with as we move forwards. So we're going to move into a crow pose, arm balance, with the option to jump back out of crow pose. If jump backs aren't in your practice, you can always step back into plank and then continue with where we've got to. So for our crow, place your hands onto the mat, lift your hips to the sky, bring your feet a little more narrow. The knees come to the back of the triceps, the chest goes forwards, the gaze is forwards, and fingertips grip the floor. Make sure you have balance in your crow first before you try to jump back. If we're jumping back, we're going to try and slowly lower to the floor in one motion. So if I show you, you want to think of your chest staying forwards as you jump your hips high, feet to the back of the mat, and then slowly release down to the floor. Allow yourself to come down. I'll give you a moment to give that a go if you're building up the courage to do so. And then from lying onto your belly, bring your hands a little further forwards than your shoulders and a little wider than your shoulders. Your feet want to be about as wide as your mat. As you breathe in, lift your chest, keep your shoulders away from your ears, so you're coming into cobra, and then bend your knees and let your big toes come to touch, king cobra. Breathing out, release, feet and chest down to the mat. Same again, breathing in, lift the chest, bend those knees, press the front of the pelvis down into the floor. Breathing out to release. Hopefully you've not got cramp in your hamstrings or your toes. 2 more. Breathing in. If you get cramp, it means you're pushing too hard. Try and just ease out of it a little. Breathing out, release your way down. 1 more time. Inhale, lifting. Squeezing shoulder blades together nice and long through the neck. Keep pulling your heels towards your bum. And then release yourself. Woo. All the way down onto your chest, hands to come underneath the body, roll yourself via your knees, hips into the sky and into your down dog. A nice deep breath in and a slow breath out. Great, with your left leg, inhale, sending it to the sky, 3-legged dog. On the exhale, drawing it forward, stepping it between the hands. Then let yourself rise as you turn all your toes to face the right direction. So you're coming into a wide-legged stance. Turn the toes ever so slightly inwards towards each other. So you've got pigeon-toed. Hands to your waist. Breathing in, the chest lifts, the quads engage. Breathing out, let the spine stay like a tabletop as you fold your way towards the floor and let your fingertips find the mat. Let the weight be a little bit forwards towards the toes, but the heels stay grounded. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, now try to keep your pelvis neutral. There's no twist here. The hands are going to walk off to hold the left foot if it can. Hold a little higher up if you can't quite get there. Push your right sit bone backwards to take out any twist that your body has just done all by itself. So holding on to your left foot or left limb, keep a strong hold with your right hand. You're going to bend your right knee, thinking of sinking your hips towards your right heel. It should be your inner left thigh that feels it most. Your right leg is obviously working hard to hold you up here. With your right hand, pull against your own foot. Feel that side body stretch on the right side. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Walk your hands back to the top of the mat. Let all toes turn to point with you. So you should now come into a lizard lunge, or roughly. So the left foot is quite wide to the side of the mat. The hands and the torso are on the inner thigh. Keep your chest lengthening forwards, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. From here, we're going to step the back leg in and the knee to come to tap the front calf. So you've come into this little dragon squat. The knee taps the calf, so you have to sink quite low. And then see, nice and slowly, if you can bring your hands off the mat in front of your chest into a balance. Hold here, thigh is against the belly or belly is against the thigh. And then stay in the squat shape. Let your right hand return to the floor, but quite far away from your foot, so very, very wide. Left hand is going to come to find the top of the foot, holding onto the little toe side of the foot. Sink your bum low as you kick your foot to the side and slightly forwards into your baby grasshopper. Arm is on the front of the shin. Holding that foot, push the heel away from you. Now we're really going to challenge the strength in the legs here. See if you can push into your standing leg. Keep hold of your bind as you kick the foot to the sky into a bound, revolved half moon. That's a mouthful. Keep pushing that right leg to the sky. Keep your chest pulling forwards. One more breath in. And then release the foot. Let it land at the back of the mat as you come to stand. The back foot to turn out so it matches the back line of your mat. Straighten out your front leg. Reach your arms wide alongside your shoulders and then turn your front palm to the sky. Inhale, take that front arm upwards as your back arm rests your back thigh. Lengthen that left side of the body, breathe in. And then breathing out, circle the hands down, foot steps back into down dog. And luckily, we only have one more side to complete that on. Deep breath in and a slow breath out. Great, right leg, inhale to the sky. Exhale, step it forwards between the hands, top of the mat. Come to rise to stand as you turn your toes to face the left, as you come back into a wide-legged stance. Hands to come to your waist, breathe in, puff the chest to the sky. Breathing out as you forward fold, hands to come to the floor and allow yourself to fold between the thighs. Breathing in and breathing out. Great. Hands walk off to the right foot, so it's still the front foot because we're facing the other way. Let your left hand hold on firmly and push your left sit bone back so that you're not twisting into your hips. Start to bend your left knee, thinking of squatting behind you. Push the weight into the little toe edge weight, little toe side of that left foot, and pull with your left arm to get that side body stretch as well. See if you can sink a little lower, breathing in. And then breathing out. Walk your hands to the top of the mat. Turn all toes to point to face with you and into your lizard lunge. So both hands, the torso, on the inside of this front thigh. Press away through your back heel. Moving into our evil little balancing sequence. The key with a lot of it, once we've come into baby grasshopper, is just to keep hold of that foot, but let the foot roll through your hand as if it's sort of barrel rolling. So first, our dragon squat. Let the back foot step in, the knee taps the calf, so you have to squat low. The legs really work for this one. See if you can find balance. Let the hands leave the floor to come together in front of your chest. Belly rests against thigh. Place the left hand down, nice and wide, maybe even off the side of your mat. Right hand holds the top of the foot. Start to kick that foot away from you, and almost as if it's going towards the top of the mat, the arm slides down the inner of the shin as you look out towards this extended leg. Push down through that left arm to keep the body afloat. Inhale. This is the hardest bit, guys. See if you can rise all the way back out of it. Kick that leg to the sky. Keep the chest and the pelvis facing the floor. Strengthen that top left leg to kick upwards. Breathing in, hold it. And then breathing out, release the foot. Let it come to find the back of the mat. Make sure the toes are pointing to the left side. 2 straight legs. Arms reach out alongside the shoulders. Turn the palm to the sky, and as you breathe in, lift that arm high, back hand to the back leg, and lengthen out that right side of the body. A nice deep breath in to lengthen and stretch that right rib cage. And then exhale. Windmill the hands to the floor. Step your foot back into down dog, and then let your knees drop wide. Let your big toes come to touch. Sit your bum to your heels, your forehead to the mat as you pause in child's pose. Take some nice deep breaths, allowing the heart rate to slow. Filling the lungs as you breathe in and softening the body as you breathe out. Great, walk your hands forward, let your hips come on top of your knees. Bring your knees a little closer together, walking the hands away from you. The right arm is going to thread underneath the left armpit. The palm faces the sky, come down onto the side of the shoulder and the side of the head. Nice, deep, big belly breath. And then switching sides, right hand to the top of the mat, left arm threads underneath. Draw the breath to the very bottom of the lungs. And then untwist. Walk yourself back, sitting yourself onto your heels or onto your shins. Take a final inhale as your arms circle wide and all the way to the sky. And as you exhale, release your hands down towards your belly as your chin comes to your chest. Well done, my friends. Thank you so much for taking the class, and I hope you enjoyed it. You've probably worked up a little bit of a sweat because I know I definitely have. If you enjoy this style of class, you can find some more in this playlist just here, and my most recent video will be found on this link just here. See you soon.